Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Gotham by Night. Tonight, we will be bird checking at the Velvet Rose, which is currently closed and under repairs. But still, the aviary is still there, still intact, and still we have to check on the birds there. So that's what we'll start the scene with. Um, Currently at the club is Tatiana, of course, Lilian, because she's the security person, and probably Anthony's arriving. But let's go do each of them and let's do some nice things. So, Lilian, what's Lilian up to?
Oh, she's out. She's patrolling the club. I think she's taken to rooftops and out of sight places because she sticks out. So out of sight, out of mind for a lot of the goers because she doesn't look like a horrible monster if nobody's around to see her look like a horrible monster.
True, true. And how about Mr. Valente?
Anthony is in the aviary and is taking some very detailed notes about the damage that was done, also to see if some of his precautions that he had built in had worked. He's definitely standing in the middle of it, nodding, taking notes, seeming very concentrated on his task.
Okay, Tatiana will join him in the aviary. And once he goes in, probably the Raven will immediately fly to her because they've been together for the longest. Good evening, Mr. Valente.
Good evening, Mistress Tatiana.
How are things looking?
I guess we could say that of all the areas on the ground floor that I've seen, this is the least damaged, quote unquote. But all that nice work. Guess I'll just have to redo it again. And he scribbles.
Well, perhaps we should upgrade the glass. Make it bulletproof and soundproof.
Agreed. Nah, I personally wouldn't have expected pardon me, unpleasant clowns to show up, but, well, it is Gotham. Weirder things have happened.
Well, we're gonna deal with that when the time comes, I suppose. Are the birds alright? And well, as he
Uh,
says that, he's petting the raven on her shoulder.
Apart from a bit of a fright they got, I was able to calm them down, and they seem to be perfectly content again.
I need to bond a bit more with a new owl.
Quite the rare specimen, I have to say.
Yeah, she's very pretty. Very smart.
He just smiles.
Yeah, he's pretty much entranced by the birds, and so he'll approach the owl pretty much to, uh, you know, tickle her a little bit. Where are the other people, by the way? William, where is William?
You know what? For funsies, William will try to find Lilian in the roof, whatever, and he will make himself known to her so he doesn't shoot her. She doesn't shoot him.
Oh,
Sorry.
she doesn't shoot, darling. She cuts.
Yeah.
Talen, I'm gonna PM you something. Can you check your Discord?
All right, send it.
I did. Can you answer me from there because I don't want to ruin the scene. Thank you.
You guys can keep, talking. Willie and Lily?
I'm not getting a message.
I think you said Talen, not Lilian.
Yeah, not you. It was Talon.
Oh,
Ah,
is Talon getting a message, or are you just asking where he is?
No, I'm asking
No.
OOC questions to you through Discord.
Oh, you're asking. Oh, you're
Yeah, it was
asking
me
me
who
if I
who
can.
wrought you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, answer me from, if you want, like from Discord, because I don't want to ruin the scene and Lillian's talk. So let's talk through
Willie
there.
and Lily.
William
Okay,
and
let's just
Lillian, whatever.
Talon
Yeah.
the character. What were you asking? Like,
I'm not asking anything to Talon. I'm asking
He
you.
sent you a PM on Discord.
you're just calling me Talon because you don't know my. Well, okay.
Yes.
There was two
Yeah.
separate things going on, but it was just this all along.
Can we please remain in character? Go to the Discord and
Already
write a
done.
PM, and Willie and Lily will do their thing.
Yeah, William will make heavy steps, like to make sure that Lilian knows that he's there. Like he's making his presence known and he's walking towards her.
can I help you? William, right?
Yeah, just enjoying the view, the sights. Beautiful.
Are you referring to me? Because I'm not that kind of girl. I don't swing that way.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm talking about the view. Do you want a gum? He will pull out a stick of gum out of his pocket. He's chewing, by the way.
Sure, I'll take a piece.
Yeah. I don't usually see you out here. Usually inside.
I think it's pretty busy night, so not to mention, have you taken a look at me at all?
Pardon my asking, but are you... How can I say this without being rude?
Are you gonna say am I a robot? Because I'm pretty
No.
close.
Well, kinda. Are you fully machine, basically?
I want to say no, but it's hard to tell.
How does it feel being all chromed up? If you don't mind me asking, of course.
I still have all my senses. Hell, I even have my pain receptors still.
Pardon me, but if you turn yourself in, well, I don't know if you... If you turn into a robot, wouldn't you want to be able to punch walls without feeling any pain?
Pain is useful, but a world without feeling, how bad would that be?
That is true. That is true. It's just going to be a long silence, I suppose.
Lily's just gonna be like, why are you so curious?
I don't know. Been feeling a lot of weird things lately.
There
Why
was a guy in front of the place.
Mhm.
He's like smoking a cigar. Actually, I don't know if actually vampires can smoke a cigar, so I'm just gonna say he has.
Well, if you can, if they do the bless of life thing, yeah,
Yeah,
sure, spend a blood
and
point.
like, does William and Lilian are they in the open in the top of the roof?
Yeah, I think so.
William, like you see
Yeah.
someone actually wave a hand at you. It's Nathaniel.
Who? I look
I,
down and I'm just like, you know
I
who that
guess
is?
I'm gonna wave at him as well. Yeah, that's Nathaniel Hightower. Just smile and wave at him. Then he'll go
I
away.
wave. It's a bit more nervous compared to Williams.
Uh, I'm sure you'll get to know him sooner or later. It's
Nathaniel is like looking at like from a distance, and he's like, "You fucking cocksucker! I knew you would be here." He tells this to himself. Hey, look, I got you. You little wet dog.
rude.
He's being fucking like rude, but he knew that like you were tracking Tatiana, so he came late and he was looking for you. And like when you were at rooftops, he's like, "Yeah, I knew you were here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I came late."
Then William will tell her that Tatiana's paramour. So I'm sure you'll get to meet him soon.
He waves again and then enters to the building.
Good evening, Mr. Hightower.
I'll have to go keep an eye on him.
Damn it, Jason, you're in the aviary. Let him get in first.
That's when he gets in and he looks around and then like someone says hi to him. He nods and says, "Hello, it is a pleasure to see everyone here,
But we
but
no see
especially
you.
you."
We no see you. We're in the aviary.
What
with
is
the
aviary?
birds. It's the bird room.
I can track you,
Okay.
so it's fine. I will come near you.
Okay. Let me explain the how the bar is, the club. You keep calling it bar. I know you're sticking it to me. God damn it. Anyway, the club. When you get in the entrance, at the front is the foyer. On the left side, slightly is the bar. More to the left is the stage area and the tables and booths and shit. More in the front is like the stairs or upstairs in the booth and the private booth that Tatiana has, and the right side is a whole room that's just for the birds, pretty much, and that's the aviary. This is where she goes, her peace place.
No, he enters there.
Evening, Mr. Hightower.
Tatiana will smile.
The Hightower will smile to Anthony and then smile to Tanya. It's a pleasure to see you too here. How is everything going?
Slow, but there's progress. I will increase the quality of the materials, I suppose. Definitely making the aviary bulletproof. I don't want anything to happen to my birds. Oh, by the way, there's a raven on her shoulder. An albino raven, specifically.
These birds,
There she. There.
are these,
Cute.
he says, are these, all yours?
Yes, they're all mine. They're my pets.
You keep them in cages like this?
Oh, they're not in cages.
Okay.
It's a big room, and pretty much they have free reign in that room. And inside the club, of course, when they want to be there. You know. Hey, it's not weird, you guys.
Just came here to see who was around, and I see William at the top of the building with some blue-haired girl.
Oh, Lilian. Yes, this is one of my security stuff. Well, what can you do?
Can I do what?
What
No, I
is like
said,
a
what can you do?
Oh yeah, yeah. What can you do? But Mr. Anthony, how was everything?
This room has taken the least damage, so repairs and upgrades shouldn't take too long, I'm happy to say.
Hmm, Actually, I will need to speak with Lilian. I will send a text to Lilian and I will tell her to come downstairs at the club.
She's gonna cut. She's gonna cut. She was gonna head down to keep an eye on this Nathaniel. So yeah, she's gonna come over to the aviary.
Miss Brame, let me introduce you first of all. This is Nathaniel Hightower. This is Miss Lilian Brame. She's currently my head of security here.
Well, hopefully
Nice
she
to
will
meet
do
you,
a better
Nathaniel.
job. Nice to meet you as well. Hopefully you will do a better job than the last one.
Well, we'll have to discuss a few things. I want upgrades. See if you can find a contractor that can install a lockdown system. Next
Oh,
time
Lise.
someone tries to attack my club, we'll go into lockdown until they're dealt with outside.
Locking down this building can be a problem with you. You may not want to lock down with certain things.
Well, there is a number of, let's say, talented individuals that are almost always present here. Whatever manages to get in, we can deal with.
If you say
But you
so.
saw, you saw what was outside, didn't you? I don't know where the Joker got this tank, for lack of a better word.
Joker got a tank now?
yeah, what?
Oh yeah, okay. Out of character, there was a tank outside that was about to shoot down the building, but it was stopped by the Batman.
Holy fuck.
Yeah,
What?
you probably missed that part. Yeah,
It was never said in the scene.
it was. Or I think it was said at the end of the scene or on the next one that was pretty much
Either
looking
way.
at what happened. But anyway, that's why I'm telling you now, so you have a knowledge. Like Nathaniel would know, Lilian would know as well.
Daniel would
And
just be like, yeah, that vigilante appeared again and got a half-ass work.
well, half-ass or not, he prevented the tank from shooting up the club.
I really wonder why a tank would shoot a club that Joker is in. Doesn't make sense.
Well, the Joker wasn't in for very long. He bailed. Speaking
Yeah.
of, as you look at Lilian, I'm a bit disappointed that you left Creed by himself with whatever creature that was up on the roof the other night. Would you
And
like
I'm
to
sorry for
explain to
that.
me what happened? Were you hurt?
Yes, Mistress, I'm sorry for leaving Creed. I I swear not to leave him abandoned again.
Come, tell me what happened. I want to hear your
First,
side.
he and Creed, the bastard and Creed, were up on the rooftop, stone out of their minds. As soon as I got onto the rooftop, however, he went into a Matches went into a blind panic and began shooting me with incendiary rounds from his gun. I thought I could take him, but they hurt. They hurt hard.
So you're susceptible to fire damage then?
Seems so, even if I am made of metal.
And he knew that. Hmm. Is there a way
After I, after I,
to...
hmm?
No, go ahead. I will say my thoughts afterwards. Please finish.
However, I also stabbed him twice, thrice, and he got infected with my nanites. How does Nathaniel react to that word?
What is
He's
even a
probably like, what
nanite?
the fuck?
Nathaniel just says, "What is nanites?"
It's it's the cause of my condition.
I have no
This
idea.
metallic white skick. Well, I mean, do I even look human anymore to you? I have metallic white skin, glowing veins, and burning eyes.
Yeah, you kind of don't look human to me.
Just
Yeah,
a little.
more android than human at this point.
So you made someone a robot now?
I have no idea where the robot ends and the human begins anymore. And I only know it's going to get worse from here.
To what end, I wonder?
Here's your friend. He asked for Lilian.
However, in the middle,
Nathaniel asked Lilian, "Where is your friend?"
uh, my, I, if you're talking about Creed, I don't know where he went.
And I'm talking about the wolf near you.
I don't think he followed me.
Oh, surprises.
He was asking creepy questions, so
More surprises.
Let's stay on the subject, please.
after
I am.
infecting him with the nanites. Oh,
Nathaniel actually. Nathaniel actually says, "I am staying on the subject that I asked."
I know, sweetheart, we have a bit different priorities at the moment, I believe.
Yes, please continue.
so after infecting matches with the nanites, it seemed he struck a deal with something. I was fairly wounded at the time, and I needed to get out as soon as possible.
Yeah. He probably did a deal with a demon. He turned into a robotic gargoyle, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, didn't know
And
demons were
thinks
as mechanical as
that,
I was.
well, that comes with some implications. Because right after that was done, the Riddler called and called this his experiment. So, what are the chances that Riddler is actually a demon?
I see.
Also, can I count on your help when we go to confront him?
Yes.
I think it will happen tomorrow.
I'll
And
try
we
and.
can, and we will try to resolve this misunderstanding with Creed. I know you didn't have an intention to get him hurt.
No. In fact, I want to repay him for the kindness of bringing me to the head of matches, but I couldn't fulfill my revenge if I laid on the ground dead, and that thing was not part of the revenge.
I agree. Don't worry about Creed. I will speak to him.
You seem very focused on revenge. Is it enough to leave Creed alone?
Creed
Is
is
it
not the
worth?
object of my revenge.
No. Is it worth to leave Creed to take your revenge?
Mm,
Well, if we're being technical here, Lilian did matches in. The demon was no longer matches, so
But what's going to happen? Your security guard leaves you because she has a vengeance to do while you're in danger.
I will protect her.
she is not my guard. She is a guard of the club. I have my personal security for that.
Fine, then. And he actually says, I apologize for rephrasing very badly, Tatiana. But now, let me rephrase it more clearly to you. What's going to happen if the bar gets attacked and she has a vengeance to do?
Where the bear did get attacked, and she dealt with it. She was outside with the others.
If you say so.
I'm not questioning her abilities or her loyalty. She
I
has
do.
been very loyal to me so far.
I know that you don't, but I do.
As is your right. It will take time.
This might be an opportunity to introduce Talen to the scene.
Yeah.
Alright. Sorry. Assuming there's enough of the building standing, he comes into the front door, where he's always come through before, and upon seeing well, you guys are in a different room from Talen, aren't you, in the aviary?
Well, yeah, but it's a glass
Oh, okay.
structure. You can probably see inside
Oh,
if you
okay.
look that direction.
When he sees Lilian, he kind of, it's not a flinch, but like you can tell he's more cautious about his movements until he realizes that no one else is apparently caring that there's this robot here. So it's just like this awkward 3-second, like, what?
Robot.
And then
And what is Talen?
Talen is the beast.
Right, so. Family resemblance?
Yeah. You're human-like, I believe. For a deviant? Or are you
It's weird. I don't know where I would say technically placed.
family resemblance?
Because Deviant does not have an entry on the beast stuff yet.
Oh, well, it just says it doesn't apply to Demon the Descent. So would you say you're similar to mages and humans with supernatural merits, or more similar to people who have turned into something else completely, like vampires, werewolves, changelings, sin eaters, mummies, and so
I
on?
would say.
Inhuman spirits counts as well. And fetches for the thicker than one.
I'd say Deviant's all over the spectrum with that. Like
So
she's
you're gonna-
probably. She's like she has been turned into a robot, but she's inched very close to demon.
So as far as kinship, we're just gonna run with Demon the Descent.
Since she's more artificial than, say, I don't know.
I don't know.
Are
Is
there
it
other
like a
demons?
fractured
Or are they all
soul or
robotic?
something?
I still have a sword and stuff. It's just
Okay.
very, very broken.
Well, then it'd probably work.
Yeah.
Because demons don't have a soul.
They
They're
do.
not
It's just
descended
that their
from
soul is
anything.
their physical form, is their demon form.
But at any rate, we can just move along for now. I'll read the Deviant book maybe later today. But long story short, he seems on edge for a few seconds as he approaches and kind of like knocks just with the middle finger, you know, that sort of light, just get your attention before entering the aviary, if it's okay to enter.
Come in, Talen.
All right. I didn't want to intrude.
It's alright. I don't believe you have properly met with Lilian.
No, I haven't. And you see, he's like taking his hand off his bow, kind of relaxing a bit. He's like, "Okay, this is okay."
Talon, this is Lilian Brim, my security. And this is Talon,
Nice to meet you.
no last name.
He kind of gestures. He does that little bow he does, but he's like head of security, and he's like looking around the building, like,
Are you concerned?
He's not
about
going
my
to say anything.
soul?
He's just kind of has that gesture.
Well, perhaps we should move over to my booth. We're way too many people in the aviary. Shall we?
Indeed. And he just immediately 180s marches out. No like concept of.
Yeah, so just take Nathaniel by the arm pretty much and walk him out there to the booth. To the booth, people.
That 70s show off.
Well, I'm just gonna walk out. Should I head back on patrol, or
Is there anything to report so far?
seems all is quiet?
I think we're good. Just keep the notes I told you about. See if you can, if you have any better solutions for the security of the building. Do let me know. Oh.
Yes, mistress.
By the way, out of character, have you adjusted your resources from your payments in your character sheet?
You talking about Talon?
No, about Lilian.
Not yet. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you should do that.
I don't know how much I'm getting in resources though. So
Probably around the same amount that Anthony gets. So how many dots would that be, Jason?
I recently bought for 3.
Yeah, so I guess you can go up to 3, but that's like, not necessarily permanent as long as you work there.
understandable.
And yeah, of course, clear it with Brandon as well, because, yeah, I should have talked about it with him. But anyway, yeah, back to the
Yeah.
scene. Poor Willie's up on the roof alone.
Nathaniel looks around and says, "We are missing drinks."
As soon as he says that, Talon will walk over to the bar and kind of like just reach around and grab just whatever bottles are within reach, if any are still in one piece, and hold them up like, which ones do you guys want?
Which one everyone wants. He looks around.
I'm fine. If you want something better, I can bring the whiskey from upstairs.
I am quite happy with what Talen brought. Thank you, Mr. Talen.
Anytime. And he
You
kind of
seem
perks
to
up
know
with the
your-
word whiskey because he doesn't actually know what any of this is called.
He says, "You seem to know your drinks, Mr. Talen."
He'll actually laugh. Oh my god. He'll
I
actually
wonder what
laugh.
he's holding.
He doesn't give a shit. He just like does a he
Flattery.
just says he flatters him.
Yeah.
Mr. Anthony, how was work going?
Not too bad, all things considered.
Happy to hear it. I have seen you actually in the fight. You were fighting quite bravely, sir.
Thank you.
No problem.
You were not bad yourself, I have to say.
Yeah, I learned a couple tricks here and there.
As you do.
As you do. You're quite right. But it was a
So,
shame. Oh, please go right ahead.
thank you. So, pardon my candidness, but what has brought you to Gotham?
The most beautiful woman on earth.
Fair enough.
Tatiana is
And he'll
not
sit
blushing because he
straight.
can't, but she's smiling.
What brought you to Gotham, sir?
I've been here in Gotham since I started my studies as a teenager. And then I sort of got stuck here. he laughs a little nervously as he drinks a bit more of his drink.
Quite nice. Well, we're all here from different weirdness. We'll come here to socialize. How nice of us.
I'm not really here to socialize. I'm here for work. And to check on my birds. At least there's some progress.
It will take 1 month, I presume, to heal this or construction of this place again. But hopefully it will be better it will be better and stronger.
Talen will turn to Nathaniel, and you seem to have experience in this sort of place.
As in?
He looks around him and eventually settles on your profile again and says, "This city." It's like just like that. Just
I was born
like it's
in
all
yes.
a lot.
I was born in a
Perhaps
city.
perhaps you may share some eventually.
What would you like me to share?
Nothing that would cost you, but Gotham's been this Gotham, right? It's been this sort of tower in the distance for most of my life. And now that I'm here, it's a lot to take in for someone like myself.
He thinks to understand a city, to me at least, I think you should get on top of the highest building, then look down into the city.
He kind of nods along, like he well, his horrors Oogaloo, if you for those of you that are familiar. So he kind of agrees with that sentiment.
Then close your eyes and feel everything around you. Now you will hear cars and you'll hear people. Then you will realize it's just people and what they constructed. How they always been in this world. Maybe you will hear a couple gunshots according to where you are. But Gotham has many places, many how do I say this? Many different sections. And each section is quite different. I was once in the old Gotham. And that place even smells sometimes. I'm talking about the downtown. To me, spending time in streets and maybe understanding that it's not actually different than the jungle will help you a lot. It's just in the jungle there are animals. This is a different type of jungle.
He nods and replies, "It's much different when your enemy has a face like your own and possesses more than instinct." And with that, he just downs the rest of whatever he's drinking.
Animals do have instincts, they do have will, but they don't have complicated thoughts that much. Things here have complicated thoughts. If you survived in the jungle or if you survived in the forest, you will get used to it. And probably, I think that you will actually get better and better. For beginners, city is easy. It gets hard the more you get into the deep end of the city. In forest, it usually stays the same.
He nods along, and one thing he adds is, beasts rarely have something to say. Here, people have plenty to say, but they don't always match what they mean.
You're quite right about that. That's
People
mostly how
hide
it
their
is.
feelings.
And their thoughts. And
I guess-
sometimes it's for the best, Talen. It's something that many people learn the hard way. You can't always be open and direct. But I'll say, for being this new to the city and the urban environment, you did quite a good job tracking down the Joker.
Those are natural talent can get you so far. He's not trying to brag. He's not saying, "Oh, it gets you so fucking far." No, it's like he kind of looks down at his drink, and as he's pouring another one, he has this like not quite somber look, like he's jumped into the deep end of the pool, as it were. He's like, "Well, how do you know the difference?"
experience, I suppose.
Turning back to Nathaniel, who'll take that answer in kind and simply say, well, I hope that is what you can provide. As where I come from, experience is suffering. You break your ankle, or maybe you put a beast out of its suffering. However, no matter how you cut it, experience doesn't come. And after a little bit of searching for the word, he finally says cheap.
The Nathaniel smiles. I think it's a red tide, I think. This life is ours. Sometimes I'm actually remembering the shit they used to make me eat when I was human. Day after day, I had a boss, friends, and etc. I realized they were all there wearing me down. Sometimes you should stand up to society and the things that is holding you down. I think if you don't, there's no difference in apes. It's easy here to get washed down by the city. The experience that you have, I think you should try to make them compromise. One of the things I would say, which is going to be different than anything you may hear, I rather you actually create your own place here than accepting the city as it is. Maybe learn about the city, but also don't make it
Don't treat it as unassailable.
exactly. A lot of people tells me, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do this. And I always say, shut up. You can do whatever the fuck you want as long as you can face the consequences of your actions. Or you get away with
He,
things.
he seems like his more positive demeanor returns, and he's like, from before I found myself lost, a phrase that I held on to is, if it works, then it wasn't rash.
Now, there's two things I will tell you. A lot of problem is that they think that there's life has rules. There aren't. All we had was what we could take and defend, and it's the same. But there's also some roads that you shouldn't go down because just because the map doesn't say there aren't dragons there are.
So
I'm trying to turn my language a
paranoia?
bit. No. I'm trying to turn my language in a way that you can understand. Is basically what I'm trying to say is
Be bold
keep your
but
guard up all the
cautious.
time.
Yes.
Yes, and be cautious.
By the way, Talen, how is Zoe? Have you spoken with her?
Not since she left your house.
Oh, well, let's hope that Cree didn't tell anything that would freak her out.
She seems like she's got a stiff spine about her, and he's like trying to find the right words, the right saying, and it comes out like that instead.
Yes, she seemed to be handling it quite well compared to some other cases I've seen, but we shall see. In any case, you should try and make contact with her.
Did you say should or shouldn't?
Should.
Oh. I plan to. It seems like all my new friends only come out at night, and so I thought I'd do a round to make sure everyone's okay, and I'm sure eventually I will reach her side.
Well, it was night when we met her, wasn't it?
I believe so. He wasn't saying that as like a derogatory way, but like nobody ever wants to hang out except at nighttime. It's just an observation, an impartial, like nobody goes out, nobody has lives outside of these 12 hours.
Well, to be fair, I think the only people that are actually confined to the nighttime is myself, Nathaniel, and Creed.
Why is that?
Let's say our nature is nocturnal.
Nathaniel is giving looks to Tatiana.
Sorry if
She
I.
didn't say anything.
No, she did.
Well, that should just speak to Tatiana's trust in Talen, right?
Well, after all, she's supposed to be teaching him stuff, and Zoe, so yeah. In any way, she will give a reassuring look back to Nathaniel.
It doesn't work. He is
Oh, he's pissed?
a bit like not angry, but like he's like not happy that she shared that information.
Paranoid.
Who's all actually here right now in this conversation?
Yeah.
Because so far it's just been the three of us, but I'm sure the other three are here too. Just like
no,
casual.
William is up on the roof. Last
William's
I
the,
checked.
yeah,
Yeah.
William's the only one
Okay.
not there. All of you except for William is in there.
Okay.
But so, out of character declaration, though, I mean, Creed blubbered everything about the blood bonds to them, so
It's
at
not
this
his problem. He
point,
doesn't know that. He doesn't care. He just told information that doesn't belong to you, so he is not happy.
okay, it's common knowledge that we're nocturnal, you know.
But I think he feels about you like the way you did about Creed, maybe less intensely. Because that's still sort of something. That'd be like me saying, "Oh, I can, run into an anathema."
It's
Sort
also
of.
like, again, you basically said like I am. You didn't say I am like that or Creed is like that. You just said like Nathaniel is also like that, and he doesn't have
Oh.
like you don't like you can't think for him. He doesn't want you to think for him. He doesn't want you to share information for him.
Oh, he doesn't know that Talen knows everything.
No, he doesn't. He also doesn't know that Talon knows shit, so he is giving you.
Oh,
But he doesn't say anything more.
okay, point
It's just
taken.
he just made it sure that you understand that he was not happy about it, and then he like turned and he doesn't say anything.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So it's just like a look. It's not like.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay.
I have no empathy, so I'll just let that.
Well,
Just a second, guy. My mom is calling me.
okay.
Well, yeah, Anthony and Lilian should talk too, you know. Say something, people.
I sort of.
I thought I was on patrol. I guess it's just an awkward night again.
It's always an awkward night with you. Damn it.
She's an awkward kind of girl.
Yeah.
Her thoughts are usually revenge and... Oh god, how am I gonna just talk to people? Oh god, she's pretty!
Okay, paranoia then. And Anthony, he needs talk too.
I was actually sort of hoping the next thing I wanted to say was with Mr. Hightower around, so that just fell in the water.
Well, you can talk with the rest of us until he's back. Right?
I'm trying to think of something.
Oh no, Willie's going away.
Yes, so Mistress, I was actually just thinking, overhearing your comments. Should I see if we could get some form of panic room door fitted in the aviary, or were you more thinking of maybe a sliding down bulletproof barrier?
I prefer bulletproof glass.
And
I don't want the place to be confined.
good idea. And he makes some more notes.
Talen will gesture to the club around him and give Tatiana a more serious nod, like he's actually meeting her gaze now. And if I have your permission, I could offer my own brand of security.
Please elaborate.
Unfortunately, it's rather dear to my kind. But should trouble befall this place, I could capture everyone who tries to leave, like the Joker did that night.
I see.
Also, the effects of that night, and he's kind of gesturing to the room that we were all in, whatever's left of it. I would be able to shield you and our friends from those.
Oh, fair enough. You do have my permission.
Very
I'll
well.
take all the help I can get.
Mr. Talen, I have to ask, so I take it that you were responsible for the sudden haziness I was experiencing
It's
during
kind
the
of
fight.
my specialty. We were heavily outnumbered. Out of character, I thought there was way more, but in character, we were outnumbered, and upon hearing that it was such a notorious criminal, I thought that I might level the field, as you people say.
Well, whatever you did, for whatever reason, those goons that were trying to shoot me, or at least I think they were, pretty much all of them missed. So I guess I owe you a thanks.
I accept and appreciate it.
Maybe next time just give us a heads up.
Well, in the future, I should be able to protect you from those effects. Like I said, unfortunately, without some significant preparation, they're indiscriminate.
I see.
Talen, you got a job?
Who are you asking?
Pardon,
You.
he is asking Talen. He said,
Oh.
Talen, you got a job?
Sort of. And he looks at Tatiana. I kind of help her, and do I know he's your brother out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a yacht. And I'm looking for a security.
I'm sure we could agree to something. A yacht?
He takes out his phone.
A really big boat.
He takes out his phone. And he like, yeah. He tries to show you a photo,
Okay.
and this is the photo which I'm about to share. Sorry for keeping you guys waiting. This is the photo.
So we have docks and everything else for boats. Good to know.
Gotham City has docks as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Good choice. An ability to get away from the city pretty quickly if you need to.
Tatiana raises an eyebrow at that.
You seem to read me, Mr. Volante.
Oh well. The only thing I wanted to add is I won't make it my business to blurt further what I've heard here if you do the same. I understand that a certain amount of decorum is needed amongst our folk. Let's put it that way.
I guess I think we all have an understanding. As he will pretty much look everyone while saying that.
What is this understanding?
Whatever we know, whatever we might know about each other, it just stays just among us.
That's a rule nobody will follow.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I would be.
So Talon's like still thinking about this giant ass boat. He's like, so what do you do with such a large seafaring vessel?
Enjoy my life as best as I can. Go around cities and have fun. And most importantly, I like being free. Seas are owned by no one, as far as I know.
At least the international waters.
Exactly. So I can just go and be myself for a while.
At the moment, I'm staying in a hotel.
You can
If
stay at my
you-
yacht if you want to.
Yeah, if you want security on your yacht, as long as I've got a place to stay and you can make the same agreement Tatiana here has, then just that's enough for me, I suppose.
We should talk in private about our agreements. But yeah.
Well, he's still like Talon, the character, is still picking up on all that. So
He actually gives you his number. And if you call me, I will call you in the future.
okay. I'm just gonna check here. Whoops, I had myself muted the whole time. Those of you that are full-on supernaturals sitting next to Talon, if you're actually paying attention to him, see his horror form flicker for just a blink. Like it doesn't replace him. It's more like a phantasm almost. for just a split second.
Okay, strange.
I don't have a picture of it, unfortunately. Well, I can probably find one, but in the meantime, we can continue.
Yeah. Anthony just blinks like 3 times very hard at you as the form flickers in and flickers out of existence. And then very slowly straightens his head again and finishes off his daiquiri.
Jason, there's something up with your microphone. It's a bit quiet and a bit muffled.
How is it now?
Better. I like
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. So he just flicks to the side, blinks 3 times as he sees his form flicker in and out of existence. And then after a few seconds too much, slowly straightens his head again and just finishes off the daiquiri, as if nothing happened.
Hey, boys and girls.
We're at the club. You can join. And look, Razor Girl is here.
All right.
I'm not going to razor you, Creed.
I'm not so sure about that.
Hey, you're a loyalty touchstone now.
No one
Yeah.
told Creed that.
Well, you haven't had the chance. But
Yep.
anyway, you wanna send a text or something like that, and we can tell you
No.
we're here, or you just appear out of nowhere at the club that's supposed to be closed. Oh wait, you can know where I am from the thing, right?
Our blood.
Yeah.
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 But that's what Creed would be doing. Creed would be stumbling in half drunk, planning on borrowing some alcohol for something.
Mm-hmm. Great idea.
Stumbles in, blinks, goes, "Oh, there's people here." Starts turning. "Okay, I'll just come back
Creed,
later."
what are you doing here?
"Yes, flying pink monkey?"
Should I escort you out?
Down. No. Just sit down, Creed. Can you sober up, please?
Sits down.
Nathaniel is looking in the eyes of Creed. Is he heavily medicated? I have medicine tree. He's a psychologist. He knows about the medicine and effects.
Yes.
Should I roll to see what?
First things first, when she says sit down, Creed just sits cross-legged on the floor and looks up. Yeah, if you want.
I have medicine tree. If you want to
Yeah.
give me the information right ahead, please
yeah.
do. Or I can roll.
Probably on shrooms right now.
He's Nathaniel keeps that information to himself for a second. He doesn't want to fuck over Creed immediately. But he smiles. Doesn't say anything. He's just sitting on the couch or whatever he is sitting.
No, he's sitting Creed is sitting on the in the entryway on the floor, floor cross-legged.
Nice place to sit, Mr. Creed.
Thank you. It's comfy.
So what are you
Clouds
doing?
are comfy.
Sure, the couches are comfier.
I don't want to sit on the spike benches. Spikes hurt.
Anthony just will slowly walk over to Creed and try his best to help him up. Come on, I'll show you one of the comfy couches.
Are we going for a ride, Jeremy?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Come along.
All right, Creed will stumble over toward following Anthony.
Yeah, he almost as if Creed was like a 5 or 4-year-old child. He'll just try his best to place him and help him down. And there you go, buddy. Even gives him a tap on the head. You know, there we go. And he'll walk back to his position.
Great, I would remind you of your responsibilities, but at this state, I don't know it matters.
He had a responsibility.
We both do.
What's his responsibility?
We'll discuss it later.
To conquer the 7 empires!
Great, please.
He can't. He's on shrooms.
Last time I saw him, he was sitting pretty high. Yeah, so
Anyway, Creed, Lilian here wanted to thank you for your assistance.
Looks at Lilian, obviously does not recognize her, and just stares at her slack-jawed.
I don't think he can comprehend that I'm not what he thinks he's seeing.
Talen just sighs.
Question. Okay, actually, no. I'm gonna type it. Ah, for fuck's sake.
Out of character, I don't know.
Oh god. You're not helping, man.
He can't. He needs blood to. He needs it mixed with blood. We need to put someone's blood. We need to put like detox of someone's blood and then make him drink it. So it's kind of like a hard thing to do.
That might not work. Out of character, I don't think that would work on Creed. It could kill him potentially. He has to have drugs. That's
Out of character.
That's out of character. Yeah.
Yeah, out of character, my bloodline weakness is I take penalties if I try to drink blood that does not have some sort of narcotic in it. It's a fun bloodline.
If you say so. Anyway, back in character.
Yeah, I don't think he's in any state to understand anything we tell him other than listless facts. What do I look like to you, Creed?
Who said that?
Lilian.
Lilian said it.
Blue Elephant Angel.
I sort of just gesture like, see?
Tatiana
You're
is shaking her head.
you're so shiny.
That's because I'm the razor girl you called me, I think.
Among other things.
Blinks and squints and goes, "Really? I thought the Razor Girl was mean." You don't seem mean.
Not to you, Creed. But people have enemies.
Yeah, enemies are bad.
Oh, 2 matches, he needed to die.
So by the time I got there, it was already this machine. This is the first I've heard that it's a person, or was.
I lost Matches Malone. That was sad. I was going to give him drugs. Get him to sell drugs. Hey, do you want some Halloween?
Creed, what have I told you?
And never mix coffee with orange juice.
No, never sell drugs inside my club.
Really? That sounds like something Tatiana would say, Jeremy.
Tatiana will
I
face
think
palm.
that's Tatiana.
Same blood sympathy would give him a hint.
Obviously, he's disassociating people at the moment. Frankly, I think maybe ignoring him might be the best option, with all due respect.
Yes, I agree.
Fine. Fine. So, what other things we have to talk about? The weather? Quite nice today, it's not boring. She's obviously annoyed by all this, by the way. Not even trying to hide it.
Well, Talen got what he wanted out with Nathaniel.
Talon's busy, or Creed's busy looking at his own hand in fascination.
Talon is busy with what?
You know what? Oh, he got what he wanted out of Nathaniel. And so I'm actually gonna go over to Creed, Talon. And is he still like? Did he actually end up moving to the couch, or is he sitting on the floor and whatnot?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I'm not gonna hurt him or anything, but I'm gonna essentially give him a very strong breeze. Realistically, this isn't gonna do a big deal. I'm not gonna like send him flying or anything, but it's kind of like the most gentle bitch slap I can do. Like, wake up, man. The same thing that I used to blind the monster, but I'm essentially just using disperse, so it's harmless. Unless you have a smoke grenade on you, in which case, congrats. No.
Wait, what? What's this do?
It's supposed to like spread gases away from you. I'm literally just giving you a big gust of wind rather than like slapping you. It's literally just
Alright.
wake the fuck up kind of thing. Talent edition. But what's important is you feel this rush of like wind that's strong enough to go 15 meters. But when I do so, you also see Talon's hover briefly. So it might be a bit of a shock to his system or some horrible delusion. Who knows? I'm not doing any damage or inflicting tilts or anything. Like, I obviously know the rules here, but. But yeah, so Talen walks over, he's like, wake up. And when he says that, it's like a dog sticking its window out or head out of the window on the highway, essentially, but like times 5.
Would that work? Creed?
Honestly, with shrooms, you just have to let it run the course.
Exactly. It wouldn't work.
Well, Talen doesn't know that, so.
I don't know anything about shrooms.
Oh, we can just gloss that over.
He needs a medical attention to get over shrooms, but at the same time, he's a vampire, so medical attention wouldn't
Yeah.
work.
The only thing I know about shrooms is that a bad trip can be really catastrophic.
If you take too much, yeah.
That's why Nathaniel actually agreed with Anthony, and he said, like, let's ignore him. You know, he is ignoring Creed, and he actually looks at his phone and playing with it, or sending messages.
Creed, after getting blown in the wind, just like sort of licks his mouth, opens, closes it, and then looks towards Talon and goes, "Why do you taste like purple?"
That's where Talon just walks off. He's like, whatever, man. You do you, and he just stalks off.
You tried.
And Creed lies down on the couch.
Probably for the best.
To enjoy the rest of the trip.
Okay, Jason, do the thing. You're muted.
I was about to write it in the side chat as you
Just
wanted.
declare it and we'll
Anyway,
go along. Yeah.
so anyway, while that's going on underneath the table, Anthony is texting something, sends it off, and in Tatiana's corner, you'll just hear a gentle notification that an SMS arrived.
She will read the text. Then she will look at Anthony. She will get up. Anthony, can we have a chat in my office, please?
Sure thing, mistress. And he'll stand up and follow her.
Yeah, she will give a kiss to Nathaniel and go upstairs. I'll be back as soon as possible. And I'll go upstairs in the office. The wall is a bit banged up, but we're fixing it. Don't judge. She's going to sit at her desk and gesture for Anthony to sit on the chair.
Yeah, Anthony will close the door, make reasonably sure that they're not being listened at, and then sit down close to her.
So, what's up?
So, I've got a little bit of a revelation for you, but there's a reason why I couldn't tell you earlier. Before I continue, I'll have to preface that you stand in front of a choice. If after what I say you still decide to want to aid me and keep things going as they have, that would be good. If you decide otherwise, well, you can do what you want, but whatever consequences come will be upon the two of us.
Anthony, what is this about?
Now, the thing is that up till now, I myself was being surveyed, and I had been brought into here as a mole to pass on information.
You will see the look on her face going from slightly irritated to dead serious. Like, dead serious. But she will not say anything yet.
I myself work for the Court of Owls, an organization that has been pulling the strings here in Gotham for quite a while. To be more precise, I was given the task of infiltrating, getting cover, and finding out why so many weird things are happening around your club, why it seems to be a nexus for chaos, amongst other things. As far as I know, those that I work for don't seem to be actively interested in you per se, since you seem to have everything on the level and are, for the lack of a better word, behaving yourself very well. But it's the whole business with the Riddler, Otto, and now the Joker that has drawn attention to your place.
She will take a moment to process the things that she just heard. The bugs that I found in my office, was that you?
No, I only planted a bug in the aviary. How many did you find, if I may ask?
2.
I only planted one, so the other bug must be from somebody else.
How long has this been going on?
This has been going on since you took me into your services.
Did you even come here answering for the ad? Or was that a ruse as well? Are you even an ornithologist?
I am actually, and he produces his papers because he had a feeling that this would come and put them right in front of her. I am actually an ornithologist, and the case that you brought up, you put up that ad was just even better for us. I have to say, the first time I met, well, I was just thinking, just another vampire. Let's see what we can get on them. But I have to say, you have changed my attitude towards your kind. I dare say I even feel a bit, I've grown a bit fond of you. And that is the reason why, now that I know that I'm currently not being surveyed myself, that being thanks to the Joker causing all the trouble and everyone basically being in a tizzy, I am finally able to tell you the truth. I respect you that far that I've been waiting for a chance to tell you that. I've even spoke in your favor in front of the courts who, with all due respect, don't have the highest opinion of your kind. And he almost looks a bit sheepish and sorry about that expression.
Well, to be fair, most of my kind are not. Let's say I don't even have a high opinion of them either. But that's neither here nor there. I do respect the fact that you were brave enough to admit this to me, even under the circumstances. And I can't ignore the amount of help that you have provided to me.
Now
But
that
this
I've done,
is
yes.
a major breach of my trust. If you were in my place, how would you deal with it?
There are a few
See,
ways.
my position is pretty difficult at the moment. I can't be keeping around people that have actively acted against me or betrayed me, even if it wasn't your intention, even if you were just following orders. But do tell me.
Hmm. If you dismiss me, that would be that. But probably somebody else would be sent to keep an eye on you. Somebody who hasn't got your interests at heart. Somebody who hasn't yet been able to spend time and see you for who you really are. For all that it's worth, I think you're a pretty decent being. And that's not something easily said in this city, even among some of my kind.
And so, how do I know that you have my best interest in mind?
That is a valid question.
Actually, let me do some rolling here. So,
Go for it.
yeah. Okay. Okay, so we have 4 successes. Uh, is he telling the truth about everything out of character? Or do you have to
Yes,
roll something?
yes, he seems very earnest about this, and he also seems honest that he feels a little bit ashamed about the whole spying on you.
Okay, you can answer but the options then.
Yes, that is one option. Another option, I don't know. You could try shoot killing me. That would definitely get more unwanted attention upon you. And of course, I would try to protect myself since I have a pretty strong drive for survival. Or, as I see it, you could keep me on. I could keep quote unquote my cover going. None of my superiors would know, and I could, under certain circumstances, also pass on information that I have gathered. For example, as far as Riddler and the Joker are concerned, they are free to be dealt with. Frankly, let's just say my faction wants them dealt with. I was even tasked with taking care of the Riddler. Sadly, I haven't been able to do that yet.
So have I. But here's the thing, what assurances do I have that you will act in my interest and not in the interest of your superiors? What interest did they have in me in the first place? The occurrences at my club started like 3 weeks ago, and I
Oh,
myself am wondering what caused them, but I honestly have no idea.
hmm. The primary cause wasn't told to me. However, I've got the strong feeling that they're also interested in the building itself. I haven't been able to pinpoint yet what is weird about it, but this isn't just a normal building. As far as assurances go, you can dare to do something bold, and that is have a little bit of faith in me. A risky one, I agree. If you were thinking of doing some sort of Renfield trick on me, I must warn you, I like my independence. I like the fact that I'm not that easily pulled and played as a puppet. It is unbefitting for a predator to be so. If you would try
How
to do
about a
that
contract?
forcefully, that wouldn't go well for either of us. And I say that because I actually care a little bit about you.
How about a contract?
What did you have in mind?
Bring forth some collateral. If you go back on your word, I get something you value.
He strokes his white beard and thinks for a bit.
Something you value dearly.
Hmm.
And of course, you'll have to work very hard to regain my trust.
As far as I see it, we have got similar interests, so I don't see how that should be too problematic.
That might be, but on a personal level, work needs to be done. I'm sure you understand.
Absolutely. No, that is understandable. I would just like to mention something. When you got involved with William, I kept my mouth shut, even though I could have won something out of it. I didn't pass that information on.
Why would that be of interest to anyone?
There are plenty of the shifters who look down upon such fraternizing with the quote-unquote enemy.
Well, apparently I have way more enemies than I thought. Good to know.
However, the court is not interested in your demise.
As far as you know.
Quite true.
Well, then, I trust that you'll make sure it remains that way. I
I
believe
would be happy. Pardon me.
I believe I've been kind to you. You would not want to anger me. I assure you. And if anything like that happens again, if they ask you to spy on me further, if you can't talk, write it down. Scratch it on the wall. I don't care. I want to know. Is that understood?
That would be part of the deal. It would make it also easier for me, you know.
I'll give you a couple of days. Think of what you want to bring forth as your collateral, and we will sign a contract.
Sounds
Until
fair to
then,
me.
you're free to go.
Excellent. In that case, I wish you a good rest night, safe travels, and may things stay calm. I'll be in touch. And with that, he gives her an almost 1600 style bow and leaves.
She's gonna stay at the desk for a few more minutes, tapping her nails on the top of the desk pretty much.
When Anthony leaves the room, Nathaniel will enter the room.
Out of character, were you eavesdropping?
No,
Okay.
he comes in and he says, "You trust these individuals to know who you really are and your weaknesses.
They don't really know my weaknesses,
They
but
do. They know that you're eternal now, nocturnal.
doesn't say much.
It
But
does say a lot.
believe me, they know what I am. They know what you are as well.
How?
Because they see, they smell.
And you had to tell them that you're nocturnal?
You think they don't know?
It doesn't matter. You don't didn't have to confirm what they know.
You don't have to see everyone as an enemy,
I don't
Nate.
see everyone as an enemy. I see everyone as a threat. Possible threat. And I don't care how you become friends with people. That is not up for me to decide. It is your decision. But don't approve and don't out me on people, especially about my weaknesses.
I suppose that's fair.
I never told anyone I'm a vampire, and some of the people, Lilian, Talen, and Anthony knows now because they knew you were a vampire, and maybe they could have smelled me. It's fine, but they also know that I can't do shit in mornings. Things change, alliances shift. This is something happens all the time.
I know some weaknesses too. Don't underestimate me.
I don't, but I don't want you to underestimate them as well. Things change and alliances shift, and people are not always what they seem. Just keep this in mind.
Oh, I know that. I know that very well. I'm trying to change things a bit.
Change things how?
We don't need to be enemies with people. If we stick together, our weaknesses don't matter
No, it will matter. You don't
because
know when they will turn on you.
then we'll make sure they don't.
Yes, but still knowing your weaknesses is a problem. Everyone has weaknesses. That Lilian girl wants to take a revenge. Maybe Talen has a dad, and let's say our enemies came and went to his dad, put a gun to his head, and said, Talen, tell us what you know about Tatiana and Nathaniel. You can't know everything. We can't know everything. Therefore, it's actually good to let people not know sometimes. We don't need to take this advice, but don't ruin it for me. I don't want many people to know about me.
All right. Agreed. Don't worry so much. If I'm being honest, I worry a lot more about our own than those people downstairs. There's a lot more backstabbing within our circles. And I understand that you don't easily let your guard down and you want to protect yourself and me. But you can open up to a few people. Make some friends.
I already made friends.
I don't mean just friends of convenience, Nate.
All of my friends except you and a couple others are friends of allies of convenience.
Well, at least you can pretend.
I already pretend.
Oh, I know. You're good at it. At least you don't pretend with me. That's what matters to me.
I think we should go downstairs because Creed, in this condition, may spill beans as well.
Well, you can consider the being spilled because he has trouble keeping his mouth shut in general.
Then tell him to keep his mouth shut, or make him to keep his mouth shut. For our collateral survival.
Well, if only that was possible. And she will go and give him a kiss on the cheek and take his hand and pretty much walk out of the office and go back downstairs.
He will follow her.
How is Creed's state at this point? It's been some time. I mean,
How long has it been?
probably I'd say 30 minutes, maybe. I suppose.
He's come down a little, I guess, but shrooms tend to last at least 3 hours.
Especially, well,
How
yeah.
recently did he take them?
Let me roll a die for that.
God damn it, dude! Why?
Depends on how much
Because
you take too. Like some people just go out in the woods and take 10 grams of them and decide to go on a spirit trip.
Yeah, well, at least
Right.
my guy doesn't need shrooms to see ghosts.
all right, so he's been on this trip for about 4 hours, so he's about like he's starting to come down. Like he's still up there, but he's at least can recognize people and isn't going to be acting like completely wasted.
Okay, good. So yeah, you see Tatiana and Nathaniel coming back downstairs, holding hands. Cause no republic, people.
What happens in the behind closed doors? So you guys don't even look the least bit pissed or anything.
No, not anymore.
Creed's still just watching his hands. Like they're the most fascinating things ever.
Great dear, have you not seen another hand before in your life?
I mean,
They're so weird. Like, why do we have thumbs?
So we can grasp things.
But why? Why not just 2 thumbs? Why 1 thumb? And why 4 fingers?
How many would you want?
I don't know. They're
Well,
stretching
if you insist, we're
into
gonna remove
infinite,
some.
stretching into infinite. But they always come back. They just
Mr.
keep
Creed,
coming back. Oh, when did
would
you
you like
get
to come
here?
to my couch?
Your couch?
I'm a psychiatrist. You seem to have some problems. Maybe we can talk about it.
I don't want any shrink in my head. I've had enough people in my head to last me a lifetime.
Not
Great.
interested in entering your head.
It's just a discussion. It will be good for you. Actually,
Laughs.
let me roll my fucking thingy here.
Can I just have Anthony
my
laugh as he
persuasion.
literally goes through the door as he just catches that?
Oh no, I think you're long gone by then. I think you're long gone. Okay, so
Oh, what a shame. That would have been a
uh,
lovely cackle.
what bonus do I get from the sympathetic link?
Depends on how he's related to you.
It's a +2 if you're trying to use a power on me.
No, not a power, just
It's
social.
just sympathy.
skill.
Pretty sure it's the same either way.
But you don't get a bonus. It's the bonus doesn't apply to social roles.
Okay, so the
It's
normal.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, social rules are blood bonds.
okay, okay. Fair enough. Okay. Mm. Okay, that's 2, 4, 5, 6 successes to my persuasion. So I'm very persuasive.
I guess I get a response roll though.
What do you roll against persuasion, by the way? Just so
I'm rolling. Um, I'm just going to roll for this my composure plus resolve.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's what he'll want us to roll, but
I think makes sense.
only one success.
Oh.
But
Oh.
here's the thing. Can you roll those against other players? Would this be entering door combat? Social combat?
Well, are we calling that a combat system? Because it's really more of a
That's not
chase
combat.
system for social.
Social, but wouldn't it be a social roles for this? Because Creed Creed will say actually
No,
I'll
no
just say
amount of dice pool will make you turn against your nature.
yeah, that's the problem. Creed will look and go, why? He'll just say why.
Do you talk
Do
to
you?
anyone? Great. I mean, really talk. What you're saying there is, doctor's confidentiality and everything. I will not hear of it. No one else will.
Just
You can be
starts
off.
laughing. You want me to talk to one of our kind about my problems? Look, you may have purple hair and 3 heads right now, but that doesn't mean I'm no fool.
I only care for what's good for you. And frankly, you don't seem very mentally healthy to me lately, especially.
Raises an eyebrow at that. And any of our kind of them can truly say they're mentally healthy. That they're la-di-da-di-does. Nah, 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 man. I self-medicate.
I have 3 successes
What
on
exactly do
aspects
you
too.
have?
Uncanny perceptions.
Okay.
on basically asking
That's actually 6, because tens are
oh,
doubling. Yeah,
exceptional successes.
yeah.
Images give insight to questions asked. So basically, I can learn secrets if I want to now. Basically, this player can ask one question per success, and I will get like imaginary stuff from the questions I ask.
Okay.
Yeah, he's essentially calling on the beast's senses, and the beast isn't
Mm-hmm.
exactly speaking English, right?
Yeah.
He does this on Cree to understand his problems, and he tries to understand what is like Creed's. What does Creed wants to fix about himself? Will be the first question.
What does Creed want to fix about himself? I mean, jeez Louise, you're making me do all this deep emotional thinking on
Do
Creed.
you think he's like? Are you trying to get to what he's self-medicating for, or you mean something else?
No, firstly, like, what does Creed wants to fix about himself? Like, what does he wants to be? What does the like? Like, if I have a problem, I would be like, I want to fix this problem.
Oh,
So,
okay.
what does Creed wants to fix about himself?
You get the image of Creed tied up in chains. Only these chains have a similar looking face, image of Creed, but of him um, a little younger, clean shaven with short hair.
Mm-hmm.
And he's tied up in these chains.
Okay. My second question will be, what's causing him to not be able to allow himself to get off from these chains?
We're going deep.
You get an image of um, a woman, a woman with short brown curly hair, sitting on a statue, the Statue of Justice and Liberty.
He is going to try to understand how can Creed trust Nathaniel.
You get an image of a melting clock with a beer can on it.
Pardon?
A melting, what's his face? Um, 1 second. Um, Salvador's Dali's
Mm-hmm.
painting with of um the presence of memory.
Mm-hmm.
So you get an image of one of those clocks with a beer can sitting on it.
Time and friendship is what Nathaniel understands. Fourth question will be, what does Creed loves the most?
opiates.
No, I don't think it's opiates.
One second.
My fourth question
Yeah.
will what does
Alright.
Creed fear loves the most?
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how to put this into an image.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see a a keypad that has been unlocked with several chains lying about around it. The image freezes with feathers falling down upon it.
Can you PM this to me just to
All right.
in the future, not just now?
Yeah. Okay.
But he will also like the fifth question will be what Creed fears the most.
You see a faceless man in a suit.
And lastly, the question will be what's Creed's biggest goal?
You see for this one a um a lab with various chemicals and pills scattered about. And you see as you watch more different pills, more different vials forming and taking shape. And then you just see an image of them spilling out all over the world.
Nathaniel says, Mr. Creed, if you want, we can drink beers while we have this conversation about you.
You two
Everyone else, everyone else is probably intrigued by this. I'm sure.
Yeah. Tree's just going to raise his eyebrow. He's not really looking at you, but past your right shoulder right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you three aren't going to stop until I say yes, are ya?
No, I accept no, but I am not trying to be possessive. There's a problem. I can help you fix it. The I'm sure you also want to get rid of the chains of your past.
Gives a small laugh and goes, all right, I'll talk. But don't think I'm going to just be spilling stuff.
Don't you worry, Mr. Creed. I'm sure after one session we will have an invested interest in each other.
Can I roll wits plus empathy there?
Go right ahead.
Yep. What is Brandon rolling? Oh.
0 successes on 10 dice. I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah.
So that is 6 successes.
He is invested. He wants to have investments, invested friendships, and he does wishes to see if can Creed get off from his chains. Nathaniel thinks if he can, you don't know what he thinks, but like you get the feeling that he's not sinister about his wishes.
All right.
He may be ruthless, but he's not sinister.
Okay, as long as it's not sinister, because going, don't worry, we'll have a vested interest in each other, makes a vampire go, oh god.
But at the same time, he is, like, here's a weird thing. He is Invictus, but at the same time, the things he said to Talen about, like, the rules doesn't matter, but you weren't there, I think. Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
he
know
wasn't
that
I
well.
wasn't there.
So, yeah, like, he's an
Yeah,
Invictus, but he doesn't seem like a very Invictus murder person.
Yeah, like I said, the whole thing with Creed is you're going, hey, let's go talk in a small room all alone
the
as a
room's
random
big, don't worry.
Invictus.
But here's the thing, out of character, he wouldn't do anything that would against you.
Out of
Because
character, I know that.
yeah. Oh no, in character you would probably suspect that he wouldn't do something that would make Tatiana unhappy. So
You mean like the werewolf and the razor girl don't do things to make you unhappy? That'd be Creed's point of view.
I'm gonna say the Nathaniel will say that I have to go. There's a couple businesses I need to attend to, so please don't mind me and have fun inside. If there's anything I can do, please let me know.
oh, you have to leave the scene, I assume.
Yeah, I have to fuck off and sleep.
Yeah, you have to pop off and sleep. Okay,
Good
so
times, take care.
yeah, Tatiana will escort him to the door, pretty much. He'll say, "See you
William,
later," William isn't there.
I know, but like he is gonna look at William if he's up there or not. But yeah,
By the way, you can go ahead, little Willie.
What? He's just totally not
Whoa.
in the pier right now, looking for a
Yeah,
boat
he's
or
not.
anything.
He's
Yep.
not on the roof anymore.
he's
Yep.
not on the roof anymore.
No,
Nope.
Where is he?
you don't know.
But yeah, he's no longer there.
Okay. But yeah, okay, guys. See you guys later. Have fun.
Okay. Good night, Emma-chan.
Sleep well.
Okay, that was creepy bullet. Sleep well.
I'm just gonna walk back into the room where Creed is.
Yeah, let's do that.
Is he sober enough to recognize the flashing razor girl?
Probably. Right?
I'll
That
say yes
conversation?
just for the sake of the story.
Yeah.
So he'll blink and go, hey, it's the psycho chick.
Good to see you're sober enough to recognize me.
Sober enough to recognize you, but uses a small smile as he is leaning back. Not sober enough to punch you, kick your ass for what you did to me yet. Give me some time to get back angry.
I don't think that will be necessary, Creed. We're trying to reconcile things here.
Sorry about leaving you out, but Creed, sorry about that.
She was wounded as well. Badly
All
from what I
right, all
understand.
right, all right. Still,
None of us could have anticipated what happened.
Look, if he was going to
But
sacrifice himself to that friggin' gargoyle, that was not part of the plan.
for what
Thankfully,
is
that motherfucker
worth,
is dead.
dead and gone. Anyway, Creed, for what is worth, Lilian is very grateful for your assistance with it,
mm-hmm.
and I'm sure that she would agree to offer you some service for that assistance. Right, Lilian?
Yep.
Oh, he gives a small devil evil grin and go. I'm sure I can think of something. For now, I must say, and leans back and relaxes on the couch. A little surprised you just decide to go and murder him. That's not how you get revenge. Let's take you the easy way out.
Revenge is leaving them broken and destitute, or leaving them dead. Either works. The
So
penguin
you're
is going to be a much harder one to crack.
so you're just going to give them peace by killing them. Nah, nah, man, nah. You gotta make it worse. You gotta make it so they suffer. If you want
He was going to
revenge,
suffer before he
yeah,
died. He was turning into another one of me at the end.
but he didn't. And that's the shame. Instead, he turned into, well, whatever that was, which makes things interesting because he's supposed to be working for the penguin, but he's clearly was a ghoul. And now we're learning that he turned into a giant robot, and the Riddler's connected somehow to that.
What, is the penguin a vampire?
Creed has seemed to get distracted as he's like waving his finger in the air and watching his fingertip.
I don't think so. We would probably know that if that was the case. Isn't that right, Creed?
Distracted by his fingertip.
But we can find out. Creed,
Huh? Yeah?
we can find out if Penguin is kindred, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we can find out if we run into him. I mean, if he's kindred from something else, or if he's not part of Elysium, he might be still kindred. Have we ever seen him go outside in the sun?
I wouldn't know.
Maybe he's like Bella's brood or something, but Bella's brood isn't here. Anything. Gado did mention a sixth covenant.
A what? We'll talk about this another time because I don't. I've never heard of anything like this.
Well, clearly, we need to infiltrate the penguins group and poke around. I'm just surprised that I didn't sense it at all. Because out of character, when you try to enthrall a person who's already enthralled, you get a clash of wills.
Uh, well, I can pay a visit to this iceberg lounge and see for myself.
Right, right. You shouldn't go alone. You should take one of your boy toys with you.
I'm not going to go alone.
Talen would be kind of offended at that.
And watch what you're saying, Creed.
Man toys?
Shakes his head like, don't.
First of all, I do not have any further relations with William. That's in the past.
Your aura's turning all
Nathaniel,
red.
Nathaniel is my partner, and you will respect him as such.
So, respect him as Invictus, or respect him as a little brother respects her older sister's boyfriend?
As a brother respects his sister's partner.
Got it. Be the pain in the ass. Thumbs up.
Patience has limits, Creed. At some point you will have to grow up. At least for a little bit. I don't think I'm asking for much.
Oh, boo. Growing up is so boring.
Some people should be grateful that they can. What was I gonna say? Some people should be grateful they have the opportunity to.
I don't think I'll even have the chance. I'll be long dead before I can be the mode.
Isn't there a way to reverse this? Or improve it? Without making you suffer?
I don't know.
I will, however, well, inquire about getting you some sort of armor that's more resistant to fire.
That's gonna be a good question. If carapace can stack with normal ballistic armor.
I mean, if it's clothing, why not? That's why I said I'll inquire, okay? We'll see.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I really want that gun too.
Fucking hurt.
What kind of gun was that?
No normal gun. And I say we get off because Optimus just put up a StreamYard.
Sweet.
Well,
All right.
I don't know.
Abandoned.
I think that it's he
It
has
said
been
at
for-
players.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome.
I don't think I'll be joining that one. I gotta do
Right.
stuff.
Okay.
5 people.
Okay then. Well, that was abrupt. Anyways.
Sorry.
So I
Anyway,
think we'll leave it on a cliffhanger.
well, no, we'll finish the scene and then we can join there. It's not like it's going to fill up right away. But yeah, anyway, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to find whatever gun he wants if he really wants to, so that wouldn't be a problem. Anyway,
Oh,
I
this is
think,
the intro scene. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, probably. In any case, I think I will retire for the night. A lot of things happening, and you two get some rest. Town, do let me know if you speak with Zoe.
Talon, what? Sorry.
Uh, Let me know if you speak with Zoe.
I will. Rest assured.
Lilian, address your close up here, okay?
Understood, mistress.
Have a good night then. And she will leave. So we can end the scene. Any declarations, people?
Yeah, we saw the link and we were like, yes! And everybody just kind of.
Well, it's fine. It's been going on for 2.5 hours. We're good.
I'm still in the other one. That I like closing threads, but hey, man, storyteller posts the scene. Damn right.
Anyway, yeah. Any declarations before we end it?
Nope.
Okay. Well, thank you, players, for playing and watchers for watching. This has been another scene of Gotham by Night. We'll see you all